Welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Today we are rebuilding the 2003 Elenti Callope. So not a bad looking car. We bought this car from the barn for £30,252. Has a V6 Steel HC AKZ engine. It looks a pretty quick car. We're already losing money if we sell it as is, but that's to be expected. So this is going to be a factory rebuild. It's the first time we've done this particular car and this engine with this car. In fact, it's just the first time we've done this one. Unusually, for this kind of car, the engine is in the rear. Wasn't expecting that to start with. And as you can see, the engine does need a little bit of work. But because it's a factory rebuild, that's not a bad thing. Bodywork wise though, I will say I'm pretty surprised. Bodywork is in very good condition. That was something that did surprise me. So hopefully, the majority of the bodywork can just be quick hammer, get a few dents out, good to go. That's kind of my thinking. So the usual thing, we'll start by taking the engine out, fix that, then do suspension, bodywork, internal, and then we're ready to go. So the engine to come out, we need to take off the wheels, I believe, because it's a rear-wheel drive. So the wheel should have the drive shaft, I believe. Let's have a look. Yes, there we are. We're actually missing a tire off the rear right, so that one's already done for us. That's definitely a part we're going to need to buy then, isn't it? Right, starter motor off as well. There we go. And the gearbox itself. Now, I think that's it. Normally, we just take the gearbox off. We're good to go. There's no exhaust attached to the engine itself. So, there is one there. Okay, we've taken that off. I think we should be good to go. So we can get this down. And then we should be able to get the engine out. We'll just have a quick look what's underneath the bonnet. Because, obviously, we don't have to do this bit at the minute. What is missing? That's the big question. So, quite a lot by the looks of it. We've got the fuse box, we've got a radiator, fuel tank underneath. Not much else. I'm assuming there's going to be stuff missing from there. Oh, I thought we'd done it all. Okay, we've made a slight error of judgment here. An exhaust needs to come off. It's not that one. Oh, okay, it's one that's not even attached. But that's the one we need to take off to allow us to take the engine out. You live and learn. It's just one of those things, I suppose. It's just the position of it, I would assume, is the reason. So, it is out. We can now take this engine out. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. There we go. An engine is out. So on the stand it goes. And we'll now take this apart, speed it up as usual. And we'll see you when it's all done. Okay, nearly there now. A few little bits to take off. Crankshaft out. And the engine itself. So we're going to fix everything, replace parts we need to replace, and that is all done. We are back. We will try and fix this and put it all back together brand spanking new. And once again, we're going to speed this up, so we'll see you very soon. Okay, we're nearly done. And that we are done. And that is a nice looking engine for a V6 engine. It's not as big as the V8s for obvious reasons, but it is a nice looking engine, to be fair. Apologies for the lack of camera work there. The sensitivity on the PS5 still catches me out sometimes. Okay, so now we need to take everything out of the engine bay and the bonnet. The weird thing is when the engine's in the rear, it feels really odd because that's the boot as far as I'm concerned, and this is the engine bay, but it's not because there's no engine in it. But there we go. Usual trick. We'll put our add part on, so we can then list all the fuses that we need on our shopping list. It just makes life a little bit easier. Anything else we need to add as well? So battery. Okay, the fan housing for the radiator. What else we got? Coolant. Okay, we can add that so we can buy it when we're ready. And then we've got the windscreen washer as well. I think that's everything. Just there. We'll take the radiator out now as well. Everything else has to be done from underneath. Fuse box out. And that bit is empty. So the actual boot, engine bay, whatever you want to call it at this point, and we'll take that out, everything out of this as well. So we have the fuse box, not the fuse box, the air filter, sorry. Let's add everything else that we need that is also missing. So ABS module. That is it, I believe. I think there was a power steering pump as well there, I did see, just. But I think we added it to a shopping list, so we should be alright with that. Okay, 4 little clips to come off, or 3. There's actually one missing, so need to remember to buy one of those. It's always going to catch me out otherwise. Anything else take away? Yes. The ABS pump. And that is that empty. So we're going to start taking apart the suspension. Again, we'll speed this up and we can see what we did, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so we've even taken apart all the outside of the car as well. All the bodywork is off because it made sense while the car was being done. We've taken out the internals as well, so we can buy those in one shot. It just makes life easier if you just go to the shop on the tablet and buy everything in one go. I think that just makes life easy. So we are going to give this a quick repair using our welder. It's not going to make much difference because the bodywork was in good condition anyway. The frame was in good condition as well. But that's done. Now we've got to go off and fix everything, replace parts, and we're back to put it all back together. Okay, so that is all done. We now just need to rebuild the car, the suspension, the engine, everything, all going back in. And again, we're going to speed this up, and you'll see what we did, and we'll see you when it's complete. So even the liquids are back in. It's one of those, I kind of begrudge showing you me filling liquids because it's such a simple task. It doesn't take long, but it's one of those that you just think, really, do I need to? So I added that in as well. So the internal seats are back in. Everything is 100%. Bodywork to go back on now. And like I said, we were able to fix most of the bodywork. There's some things you obviously can't fix. So we've had to buy. So like the headlights, the window screen, any glass, but everything else was in very good condition. So that wasn't an issue. It's all going back on. It is looking very nice. It's a nice, I don't know what you call it. Hatchback? Is that what this style of car is? I'm not massively au fait with cars. This game has taught me a lot about cars. Motorbikes are more my thing, hence the accident. But it's just, yeah, I think you called it a hot hatchback. I kind of think that's what it is. Reminds me of the old Top Gear hot hatchback challenges. I think they played football with them at one point. But there we go. There was only one we needed to buy, as you can see, we actually had in the warehouse. The front left fender. So we're going to go and paint the car. We'll see you in a sec. So the car is painted, and before you say, no, my son didn't pick the colours, I did. So I went with the hot hatchback kind of theme, and this was one of the liveries the car had. And I thought, actually, I like that combination. I tweaked the colours a little bit, but I actually liked the combination of colours. Green, yellow, red, no idea why, but it just kind of worked. So this is our Elenti Callope factory rebuild done. Now for the laps. So this is our 4th lap of 5, and this is how we did. I will say this car struggled a little bit. It was pretty nippy, as you can see through there, but acceleration while steering was bad, like extremely bad. It just wanted to kick out. You had to be very careful with the throttle. So it took us a few laps to try to get into the swing of it, and there were mistakes made a few times. But I think this lap, we kind of put it all together. Braking wasn't too bad. You could brake nicely. The V6 really went well, and it accelerated really quickly. I'd assume because it's quite a small, compact car as well, it is light compared to some of the others, would be my thinking. It was just the acceleration while steering was a problem. As you can see, trying to strain it up. We're doing well. Laps over halfway there now. Very quick, good on the brakes here. Turning nicely, keeping it tight to the apex. A lovely right-hander there. It just took the corner really nicely. We're a minute in, and the lap is going well. A few more corners to go. Braking nicely for this. Feathering the throttle, just trying to keep it tight, trying to keep the car under control, but trying to get the maximum speed into the corner at the same time. This is where we had a little bit of trouble trying to control the car. Kept it going though. A few more corners left. We're nearly done for the lap. Where we're going to end up, it's going to be quick. I've got a good feeling this lap is going to be extremely quick. And as we approach the last 2 corners, penultimate one now, 1 more corner to go, we are going to do a lap time of a 1:41.602. That is second on the leaderboard. It's 5 seconds from the top, but it is second on the leaderboard. That's incredible for a V6 engine. I was never expecting that. It just did really well. So second place on the lap leaderboard, incredible. Really, really pleased. Top speed now. Where are we going to come out at the end of this? Very quick acceleration, as you can see. We're already up 160 kilometers per hour and climbing. It's not laying up yet. This is going to be good. How good? Not sure, but it is good. Over 200 kilometers an hour. Our best is 303. Can we get close to it? It's slowing down a bit now. I don't think we will. We're kind of hitting the maximum. 240. We're kind of topping out, I think. It's getting there. 250. 252. So 252 kilometers per hour is 156.586 miles per hour. 4th on our leaderboard of top speed. Pretty good for this little hot hatch that I'm actually really happy with. So money, we spent £17,937 fixing it, including buying it. We spent a total of £48,189. We're selling it for £85,051, making a profit of £36,862. That's a nice little profit, to be fair. It's not the highest profit, it's definitely not the lowest. All in all, a very nice car. Obviously the 1-star, 2-star and 3-star builds won't really change too much with it, but imagine the performance version. That could be a contender for the fastest car we have in the game. As we look through the chest now, just a little thing to say. If you are enjoying this content, either on Facebook or YouTube, as it is on both, the rebuilds go on both of our channels. Don't forget to like or subscribe, whichever platform you're on. It's very much appreciated. And we'll see you again with the next rebuild.